Today we're talking about lighting. In this video, we're covering one of my most requested things, how I light my YouTube videos, how I light my short form videos, and my philosophy for purchasing lights in 2025. All the products I mentioned in today's video will be listed in the description box below. Those links do support the channel, but any money I make from those, I pay forward to help small businesses with free or discounted content services. So without wasting any more of your time, let's get into it. First and foremost, let's talk about key lights. The key light is one of the most important, if not the most important light that you'll purchase as a videographer, a filmmaker, or even a content creator. The light that I'm using as my key light is the Molus G300. Now, they did send this to me to see if I could replace my old key light, which was the Aperture 120D Mark II. Now, June didn't have any requirements for a video, and if I didn't like the product, I wouldn't be featuring it in this video. But having a good key light is just super important. Now, one thing to note, the number that the manufacturer slaps into the name, it's not how bright the light actually is. So keep that in mind. I'll touch on that in a second. Now, first and foremost, this light is tiny. It weighs just 3.5 pounds and is less than 3.5 inches deep. Like comparing the Aperture 120D versus the G300, you can see how small this light actually is. And here's the light compared to the Amaran 300C, a similar wattage light. Now the build quality of this light is a mixture of high quality plastics and metal components. There's also this nice rubber handle up on top. All of the joints are made out of a high quality plastic and metal components as well. And they even built in a slot for an umbrella. Now, one thing that I really like about the G300 is the controls are separate from the actual light. The control pad also has this nice rubber back, so if I'm setting it down on a table, it doesn't move around. There's also this nice loop to mount it on a tripod. This is a really nice feature to have because if the light is up on a tripod, I don't have to move this around. I can just grab the controller. Now the cable that connects from the light to the controller is super long. This one is 9 feet in total length. And then the one that goes from the controller to the wall is also just your standard power cable, so you can get this in any length. I believe it comes with a 12-foot cable. Now, one thing that's really important with video production and having lights is the cooling system that's built into the light. And the fans that they put in the G300 are insanely quiet. The light comes standard with a Bowens mount, and there's this nice glass protective over the LEDs. Now, one of the really cool things about this light is its ability to go past the 300 watt power draw. Now, if you were to press both of these buttons at the same time, the light goes into its max mode, which takes it from 300 to 500 watts. Now, remember, the wattage doesn't necessarily tell you how bright the light actually is. Lights are measured in lumens or lux. Now, B&H Photo does a great job at listing the light's output at 1 meter or 3.3 feet. Like the lux at 1 meter for the Amaran 300C is around 26,000. And that brings us to the G300, which is listed at 61,000 lux at 1 meter or 3.3 feet. Now, B&H lists these with the reflector, and I'm assuming it's the reflector that comes in the box from the manufacturer, but you can actually purchase better reflectors. Now, most of the time for myself, I'm not actually using a reflector, I'm using a softbox or a different modifier. Just know that if you're looking to purchase lights, make sure to read up on them because not all 300 watt lights are created equal. But all that aside, the G300 is insanely bright. Now, there are 2 downsides to this light that don't really affect my workflow, but they're worth noting. First, this light is insanely portable. Like, it literally fits in the palm of my hand, so you can just toss this in a camera bag. So it's kind of disappointing that a light this portable doesn't have the option to use a V-mount battery. For my workflow, that's not the end of the world because I'm hardly ever shooting outdoors where I need a light source. But the light is just so portable, it would just be a great addition to have. And second, this light doesn't come with its own carrying case. Its own carrying case isn't the end of the world because this light is so portable that you can just throw it in a camera bag. Now, I'll probably end up purchasing a couple of these lights, so I'll have a carrying case that I can fit all of them in, but it's just a nice addition to have when you're spending $600 on a light. Now, one thing I really like about this light is how smooth the app works. It opens up quick and you can adjust the lights pretty much right away. And that's one thing to keep in mind when investing in lighting equipment. Nowadays, every manufacturer has an app that can control their lights. So going with the same manufacturer for all of your lights just allows you to use one mobile app to control them with. That way you don't have to swap back and forth between a bunch of different apps just to control your lights. All right, so the first thing with my talking head setup is using a Varipole system. This is from Impact. These are tension rods. That way I don't have to have a bunch of C-stands all around my office. So this I just move into my closet and tension it to the ceiling. So then the next part is just putting up the G300, and that just goes up with a super clamp from Manfrotto. I just mount the G300 right there and just tighten it up. Like that. So my first background light is the Amaran 300C with the spotlight attachment. The spotlight attachment is one of those things that can just instantly elevate your footage. And then I have that mounted to another Varipole with another super clamp. Then my last background light is this light tube. This just sits off the right shoulder and it creates a nice glow along the outside of my face. So this is the shot with just a softbox. The light is at 5%. And then this is what it looks like with the grid as well. The grid just allows the light to be focused a little bit and causes less spill onto the background, so your subject gets the focus of the light. And this is the shot with just the softbox and the grid. This is at 20%. All right, so the last thing that I like to do for my talking headshot is add another layer of diffusion. So this is just a cheap diffusion fabric from Amazon, and I just mount this to a boom pole or a C-stand and just drape this right in front of the light. So this is the shot with the extra layer of diffusion. So for this shot, all I'm gonna do is move my Varipole system out. So I'm just gonna move that over here for right now. And then I move my workbench out as well. And I position that just in the middle of the room. All right, and then for my top-down shot, or when I'm standing at my desk doing a review or building a camera, all I do is mount my key light at a 45-degree angle from where I'm standing. So I'll just take my G300 and mount that in here. And then that should look something a little like this. All right, now my setup for Instagram top downs is a little different. So I'm gonna remove the key light and replace the softbox with just the reflector. And then all I'm gonna do is point the key light towards the ceiling. And then I'll point my spotlight down towards my desk, and I'll stick a gobo in there. That way I can get some nice shadows and add some texture. And then that should look something a little like this. Overall, it's incredibly important as a growing creator, videographer, or filmmaker to invest in gear that can grow with your career. And lighting is one of those things that can get really expensive, but it's gonna last you an incredibly long time. Like, I got my 120D back in 2019 and it's still going strong today. It was just time for something a little bit more powerful and that I could scale and control with my phone. And I'm super pleased with the value and quality that I've gotten out of the G300. Overall, I'm insanely happy with the quality of the G300, and I can see myself picking up an additional one or two to complete a 3-point lighting set. There's just an insane amount of value packed into such a small and powerful light. Hey, I'm Dom. I'm a freelance creative based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and this is a new channel focused around all things photo and video, and what it's like to run a small creative video agency in 2025. So if you're into that kind of stuff, I'd love to have you as part of this community. If you're not new here, welcome back to my 6th YouTube video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.